Hey guys, and welcome back to my WordPress tutorial series. This video I'm going to show you the very basics of the admin area of WordPress. If you've seen my previous video, we've just done a basic install of WordPress. So for this one, I'm just going to log in with the same account that I used before. And once you've successfully logged in, this is the page that you'll be greeted with. So this is what is called your dashboard. This will have, well, the first time you log in, you'll have this welcome to WordPress screen, which you can either dismiss or you can keep that there. If you keep that there, it will just keep the pop-up there. But for now, I'm just going to click dismiss. And here's the rest of your dashboard. So these are all drag and drop, so you can move it around and customize your dashboard any way you want. So you can just move it around and set up however you would like. You can also turn certain things on and off. So I can turn the welcome back on, keep it off, and I can turn any other ones I want on and off. So the basic 4 panels that you have is your at a glance. So this basically gives you a quick rundown of what's on your website. So currently I have 1 post, 1 page, and 1 comment. That will obviously change depending on your website, but for me at the moment this is what I have. It also tells me I am running WordPress 4.1.1 and I'm running the 2015 theme, and also it says that search engines are discouraged. Hopefully for you guys, your search engines thing is turned on. If it's not, I'll show you where that is soon. So you got also your basic activity, so it tells you what's recently been published, what's the most recent comment, and then you can basically click through here and see the different types of comments. You've got you can go look at all comments, trash, spam, which ones have been approved, and all that sort of thing. You also have your quick draft here. This quick draft is for posts. So if you want to quickly, if you have a rough idea of a quick post you want to do, you can quickly type it in. You can give it a few little dot points, so it gives, so you have an idea, you remember what kind of post you had planned. Down here is WordPress news. This is basically a straight stream from WordPress blog, just keeping you up to date with things that may or may not have changed. It's a good idea to keep an eye on this area in case there's a new WordPress update. But if there is, you will get a little update alert box up the top here saying that your WordPress is out of date. So you can also go to your update section on your left hand side here. So when you click on that, if it's got a number next to it, it means something needs to be updated. In this case, it's one of the default themes that is there. You can also go through here, you can check if there's a new update, reinstall, download, install, or anything like that. The next few sections are fairly straightforward for WordPress. They're all more or less similar type of things, posts and pages, but I'll be going through those in a different video. You have your appearance section, which gives you your themes. You can customize your themes, widgets, menus, headers, backgrounds, and just your basic theme editor. Which I'll go through that in another video. You also have your plugins, your users, your tools. So there's a few tools that are available by default, but there's some tools that you'll get through your plugins. But what I want to show you is your settings. So this is what you would normally do for a basic sort of setup. So what you can do is you go into settings and then general. And when this page loads up, this page gives you just overall general settings of your website. So what you want to do is, this is the site title that we've put in the previous video. This tagline has by default just another WordPress site. You can change that to anything you want. So this could be my testing site. Then you have your WordPress address and your site address. This will automatically grab from where you do the setup from. If you do move the site, this is what you'll need to change before you move the site. Membership, anyone can register. So it kind of depends on what sort of website you're doing. If you're doing a basic blog site, you might want to have that selected to anyone can register. If you're doing like a business site, you might want to have that unticked. New user default role. You probably want to leave that as a subscriber, unless again the website that you're building is more of a community based site. So basically, the community can sign up and post their own blog posts. That's when you change it to editor or author or something like, or contributor or something like that. But normally you'd leave it as subscriber. Next is your time zone. So you want to set your time zone to the time zone that you're in, which I think it's +10. So that way, if someone's in a different time zone, it'll automatically adjust the times to their time. Date format, this is completely up to you. Same with your time format and week starts on. Normally you can leave it by default and it would be fine, but there might be a particular layout that you want to change it to. But for me, I like the default, so I keep it as is. Once you've made those changes, obviously you click Save Changes and that will save what you've done. The next one under settings is writing. Now writing, you can more or less leave exactly the way it is, unless the only way it's gonna kind of that you would ever come to this sort of site, this sort of page, is if you just want to change the default category and format, post format. So you can just leave it as standard, and category you can leave it as uncategorized, unless you want to just make it a one less click for you. But that's completely up to you. The next one is reading. Now reading, it's something that you probably come to as well after you've already created the site. So you can set what page, so if you've created pages already, you can click this radio button and set which page you want to be your home page and which page you want to be your general blog page. You can also set how many posts you want to show at any one time, and also in your feeds how many you want to show at any one time. Probably a good idea is to keep the blog posts and the syndication feed numbers at the same, but then again that's up to you. It just depends on what you want out of your website. You can also say whether you want your full text to be shown in your feed, so that'd be on your post page. It would show all the text in the post, or you can choose summary. Changing it to summary is probably a good idea, but then again it's completely up to you and how you are building your website. And then you just click Save Changes. The next one is discussion. Discussion is basically comments. That I don't know why they've had the name differently, but that's basically your comments settings. So you can set your default article settings, so attempt to notify any blogs linked to from the article. This will only work with other WordPress sites that it's been connected to, otherwise it will not work. And then there's a few other settings that you might want to have a read through. Pretty much the default is probably something, the default settings for the first block is probably a good idea to leave as is, but then again it depends on what sort of website that you are building. As we scroll down, they've got the avatar section here, so you can choose to show avatars or hide avatars. You can also select what kind of rating system that you have, so that if people are signed in as under 13 and you've got it set as R, that means they won't be able to see any of the content on your WordPress site. Good idea is probably to keep it at G, and then just give people sort of an alert before they go to the page or something like that. You can also set what's the default avatar. Mystery person is kind of standard, but you can select either one of these if you would like to. Okay, so the next one in the list is media, so we're going to click on that. And this just gives you your basic sizes of your images. So thumbnail size is 150 by 150, medium size is 300 by 300, and large size is 1024 by 1024. Again, you can change this to whatever size you need for your website. Next one is permalinks. Now this one is important for SEO ratings. by default it will set your pages to be $P equals number, but what you would want to do is to either set it to month and name, or set it to post name. Not personally, sorry. Google prefers it to be set to post name, just because then the URL is more relevant to the content that's on the page. But then again, if the content is date based and not based on the actual content, so if it's centered around a certain date, so for example, if you're doing like a weekly update or a monthly update type post, then you want it, in most of your posts are in that format, then you want it to be month and name. Otherwise, post name is normally the standard. Click Save Changes. So that's basically the admin area of WordPress. That's just your basic settings, but feel free to click on any of my other videos to have a look at posts and pages.
How you like me now?